All right, so let's do 6E, the surface area of pyramids and cones. Let's look at a cone. It's like a cylinder, but it's been trimmed off, nice and pointy. And similar to finding the surface area of a cylinder, it's like if we had to paint this cone, what area would we have to cover? So we've got our base area, and we can all see that that is a circle. So it's pi r squared. For the curved area, you can look in your book and it'll give you where it comes from, but trust me, it's pi r s, but s must be this slant height. It's not this up and down height. It's this slant height here, which is s. So the total surface area, you get the base plus pi r s. Now remember, when you've got your test, you'll have your notes and you'll have your calculator so you can look this up. Similar to a cone is a pyramid. So for a pyramid, this is a square pyramid, so its base is just length times length, or we'll say L squared. And for the triangular faces, well, there's actually 4 triangular faces. So you need to work out the area of each triangle. So each triangle is half times the base, which is L, times whatever this slant height is of the pyramid. So it's not that inside height, but it's if we drew a line that went from the top on the outside of that shape down to the middle of the square. So it's not really the height. I don't know what to call it. In fact, I don't think I really want to give you a formula for it. I just want you to, we'll just say half base height. But you just have to know that the height is this height here, not this middle one. That would be bad. So the total surface is L squared plus half LH. All right, so let's do some calculations and see if we can, before we do that, what we're going to do is talk about exact values. We know when we have the exact value, it's written as a surd, or it's in terms of pi. So you could do this without a calculator, because you'd say actually we're just finding the slant height. So if I make a little triangle out of this one here, if I draw that up, the height is 5, the base is 2. So we know c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So that's 25 plus 4. So that means c is the square root of 29. Same with this one here. We've got the 14 and the 5, so I'm going to draw it up. 14, 5, c. c squared equals 5 squared plus 14 squared. C squared is 25 plus, I should have worked out what 14 squared was, 196. So in all, we've got c squared is 221, so c is the square root of 221. I'll just leave it in that exact form because that's what our question asked us for. So let's do one here where we have to find the total surface area of this cone to 2 decimal places. A cone with radius 2 metres and a slant height of 4.5, so that's being given for me. So I know that my total surface area, TSA, is pi r squared, which is pi times 2 squared, plus pi times r times s. And then I put in my calculator, I get 40.84 metres squared. And for B, we've got a square-based pyramid. So I'm going to draw this. It's not very good. I don't like that autocorrect. I'm going to put that up there. It's got a base length 25. So I've got my base is 25 times 25. And I've got 4 triangles. And they are 4 times the base times whatever the face height is, which is 22. So if I add together 25 squared, oh look, I'm not going to work that out. But if I add together 25 times 25 add it to that, I will get my answer, which is 1725 millimetres squared. Sometimes I'm going to have to solve. So what's happened in this next one is it's told us what the area is, and what we need to find out is what is the slant height. So I know that my area is pi times r squared plus pi times 3 times the slant height, and that equals 100. So if I get my CAS calculator out, I can solve that for S, and it will give me my answer of S equals 10.6 centimetres, and that's correct to 1 decimal place, which in this case, that's what I was asked for, same in the next one. And now find the height of the cone. All right, so I know my cone looks like this. I know that it has a radius of 3, a slant height of 10.6, so I can make myself a triangle here. 10.6, 3, I'll call this ABC, and I go C squared equals A squared plus 3 squared. And then I can get my CAS calculator out, solve this for A. We'll get two answers, one positive, one negative. This is a length, we only want the positive one, and we get A equals 10.2 centimetres. Okay, so there's a bit of a mixture of questions in the exercise. Sometimes you're just going to have to use the strategies that you know about surface area, about what you can see and what you can't. So it is a little bit of problem solving, but remember, notes allowed, calculator allowed.